Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features a team that moves the ball well. The Rams are top 10 in first downs, and they go up against a Dolphins team that wants to control the game as well. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Larry, we haven't had NFL football in this city for 22 years, but football is back here in Los Angeles. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller. And on the ground they go with a running back. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
Second down following the run. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his throw is going to be incomplete. And this defense is on the field right now and just looking to keep the momentum, the mojo going from a week ago.
Partner, this defense is full of confidence. They feel great about themselves, and they don't think anyone can move the ball on them now.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And a gain there of 11 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trick in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They go play action here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going up top, and that's caught inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves them with a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
That's caught at the 3. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Looking at this situation, if you're at the 1, the 2, maybe you go for it. From here, you kick it.
I agree. I think you have to get points in this situation. 4th down, I don't chance it at all. I put the points on the board and go back and regroup.
So they get the field goal, but part of that was a 14-play drive to get the 3.
Normally, when you hold the ball that long, run that many plays, you end up in the end zone. There's a breakdown on the defense. Something happens. In this case, that didn't. But really good ball control by the offense. They're hoping that they can wear them down if they keep having drives like that.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
10 yards still left on 2nd down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. The starters on defense here for Los Angeles.
Aaron Donald's dimensions were talked about big time when he first entered the league. Many called him undersized. Now they just call him all-pro.
And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run.
No, check.
They'll drop to throw. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Back to throw here. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of Central Casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
The speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
They'll need to get the play off quickly. On the give, this is their fullback. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
That guy's going to want the football a whole lot more. I'd hate to be the offensive coordinator now because all he's going to say is, how come I'm not touching him more? Do you see me out there moving around, wiggling, and making it happen? Give me the ball, coach.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. A give to the fullback on the dive. A second bulldozer.
Someone just made the highlight tape.
And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1.
There's a lot of good on that play when we see the big fella take it and rumble into the secondary. But how about the big part of it? Taking care of the football. He doesn't carry it very often, but when he does, he's got to make sure that he doesn't get it popped free. Unlike Mike Tolbert in Super Bowl 50, carrying the ball popped free, turnover, and it hurt his team.
And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play.
After review of the play, the rule on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. It's the fullback, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head.
And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Still in search of the 1st down after that last completion. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Holding. Offense.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. He'll return it from the 6. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. And out come the Dolphins now. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that what
He would have kissed it on the ground.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35.
3rd and inches, they just handed to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a 1st down.
They come out here in the eye. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Surveying the field. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the 2nd level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go.
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11.
Here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on the play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've hit the end of quarter 1. It's a 3-point game here early. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They're going to look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Offense. The penalty is declined.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. That's taken on the 25. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, LA. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams strike quickly here for 6 points. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. Took him less time than that to get the top speed and complete that play.
Now the point after try for Santos. It's good to make it 17-7. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the Rams defense now as they get ready for the next possession. And out, that led to a touchdown. Defenses obviously love 3 and outs. They want more of that.
They created a very short and not too sweet stint for the offense by getting them off the field that fast, but it set up their own offense, gave them a little spark, and they took it downfield and scored.
Now the question, can they do it again? Let's see.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
They'll give it to him right up the gut, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
They didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Here we go now. 3-19.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. And taken right on the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete.
All right, here we go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Play clock winding down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here, 3rd and a yard.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And the play clock's running down. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Shift together here from the D-line. And now a carry here for their fullback. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins have got it back to a one-score game. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. Doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. Let's put our attention here now on the Dolphins defense. They were able to force the 3-and-out last time, led to the punt, and then led to a touchdown for their crew. So they'll be looking for a little bit more of that, Charles.
Well, I think that they created the spark with the 3-and-out. Gave a little momentum to their offense. He said, all right, appreciate it, guys. And they took the ball downfield and stuck it in the end zone.
And the defense wasn't out there long. They'll be trying to keep it short here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. 3rd down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Going left side, it's complete. And he's brought down after a good game. The pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Fresh set of downs here. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a 1st down. How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Call it a gain of 5. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And to give this time to the tailback. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
And that was a nice play by the defense. And it is tough to be an offensive lineman nowadays, especially if you're dealing with how the defensive tackles have evolved. Their quickness, their agility, their speed has changed the big guys in the middle, the center, and the offensive guards. Formerly, they were just power players. Now they have to be light on their feet as well to keep up with the speed of the defensive players. On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They'll come out in the pistol. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first half highlights and analysis.
LR, plenty to show in this one.
Going to be a busy man at intermission. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And into the red zone now. And Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points, so you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes, make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
And this seemingly endless drive continues. Again, we'll see the pistol here. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on him a little bit, I think. So
now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And back at the 8 now. 3rd and goal.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard. Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well. And every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Wide open receiver complete. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. One receiver left, two to the right. Back to throw now on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And Frank's kick is good. And that cuts the lead down to just 3, 20-17. So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
And they're going to go soft on the corners.
Set. Green, 39.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we come upon halftime here in Southern California with the Rams on top as we send you across the country to Orlando. Standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Rams right now have a time of possession advantage, but it has not led them to taking control of this game. The Dolphins, though, are still right in this game and will certainly be looking for a way to pull this one out in the second half. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Moving to late in the first quarter. Here the defense will come up with a pick. Rams take it back all the way for the score. That puts them up by a field goal. Rams with it now early in the second. The pass will be caught over the middle. And this play will go for 6. That takes the lead up to 10. We go to the second quarter. The quick pass, it's complete, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to the 38-yard line. Continuing on the drive, they'll go with the run, and he'd go in for the 12-yard touchdown. Now trailing by just 3. Dolphins with the ball, waning seconds of the half. The catch is made after a quick pass, and he'll end up at the 20-yard line before being tackled. So that'll do it from here in Orlando. get you back out west to Los Angeles as we rejoin Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Rams defense, we watch them get set to go. Their first crack here in the second half defensively. You always hope to set that tone, don't you, partner?
Without a doubt. Go out, stuff them on defense, and let everyone know that, hey, we are really ready to play here in the second half, because oftentimes you come out to start a half and people see a little bit of a lull, a little bit of a dip after having been off their feet.
Second drive of the second half. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body, getting to him before he can get started.
Now they try the right side here. And he lost the football. And the Rams have got it back. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. 5 receivers in the game, 4 of them to the left side. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second. Second down now after the pass completion. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to in my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Time running out here on the play clock. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
So it'll be first down here after the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
They come out here in the eye. 2nd and goal to go now. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. That's caught at the 1. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, if you're going to pass on 3rd and 1, you better get a 1st down if you complete it. They completed it, but no gain.
The aiming point has to be beyond the 1st down marker where you throw the ball. 3rd and 1, you can't have anything that's even close to the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you run the risk of what we just saw there, not getting the 1st down.
Play clock winding down. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Dolphins have tied it. Now they can take the lead with the extra point. And, Charles, maybe that's one they had dialed up. Hey, if we're in a 4th and goal situation, we're going to our muscle.
And you can feel the boom, 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 all the way up here where we sit. The earth was shaking, and he found his way into the end zone.
Yeah, but that's such a great guy to have around the goal line, isn't it?
Indeed it is. It's a great extra dimension to add to your offense. When you can finish things with power, that's hard for a defense to deal with.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And back onto the field, here comes the Dolphins defense. And a really nice job last time. Offense had great field position, but they were able to hold them just 4 plays, and they had to hit the field goal.
We saw the benefits of practice there from the defense, though, didn't we? Because most teams, when they got that type of field position that they have to start defense on, they treat it almost like what we call sudden change. You know, after a turnover or a big kick return, whatever that is, you tell the guys, listen, you got to bow up. You got to get in there. Make sure you don't give up any more than a field goal.
They bowed up all right. We'll see if they bow up again. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. They get 9 yards there, and they get a 1st down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Wide open receiver complete. They'll get 16 yards there. And it'll be a Los Angeles first down. Five receivers in the game, 4 of them to the left side. They'll look to throw now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Mitch Unrein in there to get him for a loss of 5. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So now here come the Dolphins. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. And the play clock's running down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Aaron Donald's secret, if there is one, to his play, his ability to contort his body in such a way that you can't get a good, clean block on it. He slides through holes and slides past blockers and makes plays just as we saw there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion as we just saw there, that's winning football.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Taken from just outside the 30.
Return team.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, Throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no yardage.
Okay.
And they'll go on the ground. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Rams defense getting ready to go again. And not too long ago, the last drive, they had the fourth down stop. Set the offense up in great field position. They'll be looking to do that once more.
And as a general rule, no matter how you end up stopping someone on fourth down, kind of starts up front with the big guys, doesn't it? Getting the leverage, being able to hold that point of attack, and maybe even take the line of scrimmage and move it backwards and make a big play.
What do you say, low man wins?
Every single time.
Second down following the run.
I got 83. Me. Detroit.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Time running out here on the play clock. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll try and run with their fullback. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. On the stop was Aaron Donald. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on third down. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Football is such a game of tendencies, down and distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you think, yeah, the fullback's probably going to get the ball, but when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up the first down.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Oh, another spin.
Hard to line him up.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And with that, the lead is up to 8. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella, because they know more time.
And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 35. A huge play that time for the Rams. 41 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. Get dropped in 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Well, this season's going nowhere. No reason not to go for it. And it's a rare success for them as they keep the drive alive.
Let's go! Blue 90!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. And they'll run it here. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. It was Mitch Unrein that made the tackle. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete.
Holding offense.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This a 33-yard attempt. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I guess they're thinking their hands were tied, but in the 4th quarter, that field goal, it really might not help them much at all.
Yeah, I mean, you still need a touchdown. Another field goal does you no good, so it'll be interesting to see what the media reaction is if the score stays where it is.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And the Rams defense, they make their way back out there now. And a touchdown given up the last time they were out there, so maybe need to refocus a little bit.
And make sure that they don't start finger pointing with each other, because oftentimes when a touchdown's given up, you say, okay, where did that happen? Who broke down? Who gave it up? Instead, just go back out there, be a unit again, and try and play a little bit better.
Yeah, see if they can play a little bit better on this drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And on the ground they go with a running back. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. So 2nd and medium, 2nd and 5 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Play clock winding down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And that play is blown up. Losing yardage back at the 35. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
And he fires one, but incomplete. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And that one good for 16 yards and a first. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Going to give this time to the tailback. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense. The play clock's running down. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
Delay of game, offense. Still 2nd down.
And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one.
Let's go. 3-19.
Now back to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is good. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And Frank's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Second down now after the incompletion. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. Back to throw. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here we go.
He's back to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on. And that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to kick it away. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Delay of game, offense. Still 4th down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. And tough starting field position here. They'll look to throw. He's got time. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Dolphins, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for L.A., their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Los Angeles, so long, everybody.